All right. Hello.
Hey, man.
Yep. Let's just get to it.
Alrighty. So, right now, okay, so we're just going to start. Okay, we're going to do an AEW preview, AEW Dynamite Preview, and then afterwards, we're just going to do some news things afterwards. But first, we're going to start off with the AEW Dynamite Preview of April 27th, AEW Dynamite Edition on TBS. So, firstly, let me just go through the matches, and we'll talk about them one by one, right?
All right.
Okay, so firstly, Adam Cole, Young Bucks, and Red Dragon, the Undisputed Elite, will go against the random collection of Dante Martin, Varsity Blondes, Lee Johnson, and Brock Anderson. Lance Archer will go against Wardlow as well. Serena Deeb versus Hikaru Shida will culminate their feud in Philadelphia street fight fashion. And Sami Guevara versus Scorpio Sky will go against each other in a ladder match for the TNT Championship. And the Owen Hart Foundation Tournament Qualifier Men's Edition, Dax Howard versus Cash Wheeler. So we're going to start off with that tag team match, the Adam Cole, Young Bucks, and Red Dragon, the Undisputed Elite versus Dante Martin, Varsity Blondes, Lee Johnson, and Brock Anderson. What are your thoughts about this match? Do you think it will deliver, and who do you think will win?
The match will deliver, definitely. It's mostly going to be to put over the Elite, the Undisputed Elite. And the Undisputed Elite would win this match. I hope it will lead to an angle with Arn Anderson he's going to be in the corner of his son and Lee Johnson. It'll most likely lead to, after the match, lead to an angle with Arn Anderson and his son and Lee Johnson.
What do you think the angle will be?
It'll be like Arn Anderson cutting a promo about reaction to Cody leaving AEW, and he's tired being left behind, that all his work is wasted.
Okay, maybe.
Yeah.
So my thoughts about this, I always see Adam Cole, Young Bucks, and Red Dragon always give you your money's worth. It's going to be an unbelievable match, no matter what. Dante Martin, Varsity Blondes, Lee Johnson, and Brock Anderson seem to be like a collection of a random assortment of guys, but I really like the Varsity Blondes. I think the Varsity Blondes are very underrated tag team-wise. They just need experience to talk for them, and I think Brian Pillman Jr. and Griff Garrison have a good future together, and also as singles competitors. Lee Johnson, Brock Anderson as well. Lee Johnson is a pure babyface. You got nothing. Yeah, you got no other choice than to cheer the guy when he wrestles. And Brock Anderson is basically a carbon copy of Arn Anderson. So I really like those two together. And obviously those four as singles competitors. And Dante Martin is a special guy as well. He has a lot of jumping ability and everything. So he'll mesh well with the Undisputed Elite. And now, obviously, like you said, I think the Undisputed Elite will win. I don't know if there's an angle or anything. I think, if anything, Jay White's might come in or something afterwards, but that's just speculation on my part. I have no other reason to believe that, but I think for sure the Undisputed Elite win.
Yeah, the Undisputed Elite will win. They will definitely win. I do agree there will be like a possible angle with Jay White in the future, but right now the Undisputed Elite would win.
And I think Cole set up this match in order to show the Undisputed Elite that they're good together, that there's no issues between them. And I don't know, maybe there's a possibility where Dante Martin, Varsity Blondes, Lee Johnson, and Brock Anderson do beat the Undisputed Elite, but that's in a very I'm just saying, I'm pulling that out of my ass. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it does happen where they get the win out of a fluke, or maybe they're not in the same page or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's it for that match, and we'll transition to the next match, which is Lance Archer versus Wardlow, another beef slapping contest. And what do you think will happen in this match?
Yeah, what's going to happen at Wardlow will get the victory. It'll be a hard-fought beef slapping match. Lance Archer will show his monster side. He will probably beat up Wardlow. We'll have some commentary from MJF and Spears with more pigs and stuff.
Right.
Right.
I agree with you. I think Wardlow will get the win here. It's in order to continue the story between MJF, Shawn Spears, and Wardlow, obviously. Lance Archer, the thing with Lance Archer, people get tired of Lance Archer because sometimes he's either overused or underused. I think Lance Archer is being used perfectly. I think this is the type of guy that you bring out in order to settle some differences or settle, scores, And the last time we saw Lance Archer was against Adam Page in a Texas death match for the AEW Championship, and that was great, And I don't expect anything else less than a good match between Lance Archer and Wardlow, and I think the Powerbomb Symphony will be too much for Lance Archer to handle this time, and Wardlow will get the win.
Yeah.
All right. So next is Serena Deeb versus Hikaru Shida in a Philadelphia street fight match. What do you think about this match and the women's match this Dynamite tomorrow?
I think it'll be a crazy street fight. Deeb will have her moments. Shida will have her moments, but by the end, I think that I'm gonna go with Shida getting the win.
Yes. I think I'm gonna agree with you. I think Shida does get the win, but this is a very evenly. I don't know who is gonna win. It might be Deeb, it might be Shida. I think that's a testament to how well this is booked. Serena Deeb and Hikaru Shida are great wrestlers, and I could see any one of the two coming up on top on this feud. Obviously, it's not going to be a straight up wrestling match. It's a Philadelphia street fight in true Philadelphia fashion. It's going to be a brawl, and it's going to be probably involve a lot of extraneous objects, just like trash cans and candlesticks and things like that. But I think it's going to be a hard fought fight. It's going to be a brawl, and I think Hikaru Shida does come out on top.
Yeah.
All right. So next is the TNT Championship match. It's going to be a ladder match between Sammy Guevara versus Scorpio Sky. What do you think about this match that would erase Cody Rhodes' AEW history and his ladder match against Sammy Guevara?
Yeah, it definitely would erase his history. Guevara will retain, and then in the future we're gonna have a mixed tag match with Guevara, Conti, Scorpio Sky, and PM Page.
Paige Van Zandt, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I think that is already confirmed, right?
Yes.
Okay, and I do think that's gonna happen. I don't know who has the championship. I think that there might be a possibility where Scorpio Sky does win this match too. And there's only I'm half serious, I saw this one comment on, I think it was on Wrestle Talk. There's some dude, put in a super chat, and he said that maybe AEW have Scorpio Sky beat Sammy Guevara so that Sammy Guevara could beat Cody Rhodes' record of being the shortest reigning TNT champion as well, because Cody Rhodes is currently the shortest reigning TNT champion, and if Sammy Guevara would lose this TNT championship, he'd only be a 1 week champion, and that would be that record as well. So I'm just half serious, but I do think Sammy Guevara will beat Scorpio Sky here. He's gonna win, and obviously it's gonna be and they're gonna try to one up the last one. I don't know how you one up that last one. They're gonna have to kill themselves or something.
Yeah.
All right, and then this is my main event. I don't know about you, but this is my main event, and this Owen Hart Foundation tournament qualifier match, the men's edition this time, is Dax the Axe Harwood versus Daniel Cash Wheeler. They go against each other, tag team partners. What do you think about it?
I think about it's gonna be a big FTR match. They're gonna wrestle each other. I don't know who's gonna win. I might go with FTR Bald.
FTR Bald.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I said again, I'm going with FTR Bald, and this will be definitely a great Owen Hart Cup match.
Yeah, I really do think this is gonna be an AEW all-time great match. And it's probably gonna be a great match. It's gonna be an ode to Bret Hart versus Owen Hart as well.
Yeah.
And I really think Dax Harwood versus Cash Wheeler is gonna be a great match. My pick would probably be Cash Wheeler because I really think Cash Wheeler is one of the best wrestlers on the world.
Yeah.
And and for sure one of the best tag team wrestlers in the world. I think Cassidy wins.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's AEW Dynamite, April 27th edition. And so next we're going to address some things that happened like a couple of days ago. And it's kind of old now, you know.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to address it. I was posted on Wrestle Cringe. I know you know what Wrestle...
sausage. You don't eat that?
Yeah.
I know you know what Wrestle Cringe is. Just in case some other people, you know, don't know what it is. Wrestle Cringe is a Twitter site, you know, that posts, you know, cringe-worthy stuff about wrestling. And I was posting on it. My replies were posting, and I have the replies here. I'm gonna read them off right now.
Okay.
Okay. And I said, I think that New Japan has been on a low point since 2019, but I guess we all forgot about that. Ishii and Suzuki are old men who barely can move. Evil is a top guy who shouldn't be. Okada is really the only great talent they have that's worth something in AEW. All right?
All right.
And then the second post, kind of like side to side to this one, they said, I haven't watched New Japan ever in my life, so to me, it doesn't have much of an importance in wrestling. All right?
Right.
And I just wanted to point out that these things were posted out of context. Obviously, I didn't check. I don't know what it is in context to what I was responding to. They're posted out of context. Obviously, that's the point, right? But people were mad. People were mad because I guess they think that since I don't watch New Japan, since I said in that second post, I don't watch New Japan, that I don't have a right to have an opinion about it. And they said they basically insinuated that the opinions that I said were right. They're correct. That they believe that Suzuki are old. She's an old man. Because I know that she and Suzuki are old men. I've seen them on AEW. This is what I've seen. I don't need to see the New Japan product to know that. They came in AEW. This is what I saw. But their whole problem is that, you know, I haven't watched New Japan, so I can't say it. But I gotta say that I do have a brother. He watches New Japan. I don't watch the New Japan product. I've never watched the New Japan product. I've watched matches that have happened in New Japan. You know, like I've seen the 4 matches of Kenny Omega Okada, but I've never seen a full show for New Japan. I've never seen a full show in New Japan, basically. I haven't seen the product. I've only seen matches that have happened in New Japan. That's it.
Yeah, okay.
But I have a brother who does watch New Japan. He gives me his opinions about it, and that's basically what he said, that, you know, Evil isn't a top guy, but he is a top guy, especially last year in 2020. Ishii and Suzuki are really, you know, are old. They were good at one point, but now they're kind of like nostalgia acts, you know. And Okada is really great, and I agree with that. I've watched Okada's matches with Kenny Omega. That's all I've watched. I've never watched Tanahashi. I'm sure he's great too, but, you know, at some point he's gonna have to be a nostalgia act too. I mean, time is a thing, you know, age is a thing. But, you know, that's what I have to say. People about things that aren't even real, and that's all I wanted to address here. So, do you have any comments about this?
Well, I have a comment on that. Like, Russell Cringe will post tweets that people that make cringe comments or anything bad about wrestlers or anything in general. That's what he does. But but I do agree it was a bit out of context, and I think Russell Cringe should have checked it before posting anything. Posted your tweet or something, or anyone else that did what you did.
Right. But I see the point how it would be, you know, considered cringe for those who are really New Japan, you know, avid fans, those hardcore fans that, you know, New Japan or die, or, you know, those, you know, you find it in any fandom, you know, it's in AEW and WWE and Impact, you find it everywhere, even in things that have nothing to do with wrestling. There's hardcore fans that can't accept criticism about the product that they love. But I mean, that's what I do. I love AEW. I still criticize it, and I criticize it publicly. I think that's good. I think it's healthy. I don't particularly like WWE, but I do post things about what I like about WWE because I think I'd drive myself crazy if I were to say everything that's wrong about WWE or everything that's wrong about AEW, everything that's wrong, everything else. You know, well, whatever. That's all I have to say about that. We could talk about the quotes that FTR had made recently. I think either today or yesterday.
Okay, go ahead.
So I have these quotes here as in the sessions with Renee Paquette. I have the quotes right here, and we can talk about it afterwards. So here's Dax Harwood's quotes, and here it is. Now I see the screenshot of all the different news outlets saying they want to resign us, and that's flattering and cool. We got some more time. I told Tony Khan, because obviously he heard about it, I told him there's no way we would ever talk contracts with anybody while we're working for him. We have way too much respect for him, and our word means something. I started thinking, do they want us or do they want AEW to not have us? It's cool for Cody to do what he's done. There are so many unknowns there. Will he ever focus on tag team wrestling like we've been able to for the last 2 years? Okay, and then Cash Jr. also said in that same interview, I'm assuming, I didn't see the interview, but I'm assuming, and this is the quote that he had. I have two things that are high on the list for me. We want to be the first ever 2-time AEW Tag Team Champions. Until then, or after then, we want the IWGP Tag Team titles. That's very important to us and something we want to do for a while and wanted to make sure we do it right. And that's what they said. What are your instant opinions or thoughts about it?
My thoughts on this: that FTR are a great tag team. They've been a massive impression on AEW, and I do hope they do win the AEW Tag Team titles again and win the IWGP World Tag Team Champions as well. That would be a good better cap in their careers. I doubt we're ever going to see them win the MLW Tag Team Champions because we don't know about Court Bowers. No one knows really. Yeah, Court Bowers known to lie in wrestling history, so we don't know.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, so I think this whole thing, especially the Dex Harwood thing, is trying to clear the air about their intention, their supposed intention to go to WWE. I don't believe that they haven't made up their mind right now. Obviously, they said that they haven't talked any contract situation with anyone, and out of respect with Tony Khan, and obviously, that's I kind of make a comparison to what MJF said to Ariel Helwani. Ariel Helwani said, something about he's not gonna discuss his contract with anyone until his current contract is up, and I think more or less is what Dex Harwood is saying.
Yeah.
So it's just out of respect, In terms of what they will do, I don't know yet, and I don't think they've told us either. I don't know. Their intention probably is to stay more because they'll be able to do more, but who knows what WWE is willing to do to take FTR out of AEW's hands. They took out Cody Rhodes out of AEW's hands, and maybe they'll be able to do it with FTR too. I don't know.
Yeah, pretty much.
But it would be cool if they would, let them go to New Japan and things like that, open contracts. But that's probably wishful thinking. They have no other basis to support that.
Yeah.
So that's all we had. I had right now. We got 10 minutes, so I'm gonna ask you questions, all right?
Right.
Okay, so what are your thoughts on Jim Cornette?
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. Here's the thing. Jim Cornette is a bit of an old timer. I get that, but he does make sense on wrestling in general. He knows a lot about wrestling background, but he's a bit of an old man timer thing. Complaining about the new things in pro wrestling. Yes, he does hate Vince Russo. That's pretty much his stick. and him and Brian Last, like they had like podcasts. They sometimes like to shit on AEW, but they also shit on WWE as well.
They do.
Yeah.
They do listen to the podcast.
Yeah, I do listen to podcasts. It's also on YouTube.
Oh, on YouTube, yeah. Yeah, I think basically what you said. I really like Jim Cornette's vision on with wrestling, but obviously sometimes his character gets out of hand and it's not the best human being possible. But I think what he's saying about wrestling isn't really insulting at all. I think, relying on the traditional parts of wrestling and its sporting nature is better than, innovating, and because I think it's as innovative as it's gonna get.
Yeah.
All right. So you don't think he's a controversial figure or anything like that?
No, I still think he's a controversial figure. I still think that. But some of his quotes, his opinions have some valid point, but he is still a controversial within the wrestling community.
Yeah, within the wrestling community, he definitely is. He gets a lot of heat. He's always trending on Twitter,
Yeah.
Okay, so we got that. What other questions do we have to kind of discuss?
All right.
Let's see. I'm trying to think right now. Maybe we could talk about what are the promotions that you usually watch weekly?
Let's see. I watch AEW, and I always on Wednesdays watch AEW on Wednesdays, Rampage on Fridays. I used to watch like Wednesday, like I used to watch on Tuesday, like I call like NWA Power when they had it on YouTube for free. But since they went into Fight TV, because I can't afford Fight TV,
it's on YouTube now.
Yeah, on Fridays a repeat. I would sometimes watch it, but when Rampage came on Friday, I kind of forgotten about it after that.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And what else do you watch? Is that all you watch?
Sometimes I rarely watch Impact, not all the time. Alright. I'll occasionally watch NXT, even though I don't watch Raw or SmackDown as like they to WWE.
Yeah. Do you not watch New Japan?
No, I definitely do.
Oh,
I just don't watch on the app. I just watch on some like pay-per-views, mostly on some watch pay-per-view online free site.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. So basically, what I watch is sometimes I watch Raw, maybe not in the entirety. Sometimes recently I have SmackDown. I watch in its entirety usually just to pass the time. Really. Dynamite, I've watched every single one. Rampage, I've watched most of them. I don't know. I'm not really loyal to Rampage as I am to other things, but I watched Power. I do watch NWA Power. I have the Fight subscription, but I got the Fight subscription before the whole YouTube thing was a thing. So whatever, it's fine. I like Power. I like Nick Aldis. I like Matt Cardona, but that's basically what I watch. Honestly, I just watch AEW and WWE, and what else? Oh, WWE. So yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you have any questions for me?
Oh yeah, let's talk about the Becky Lynch. The Becky Lynch when she recently said when he said an interview about AEW women wrestlers not good enough as WWE women's wrestlers.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, you want me to say what I think about that?
Yeah.
Okay. I think first and foremost, as a character, I think Becky Lynch probably only half means that. I don't know where she said this. Do you know where she said this? Was it online or was it on?
She said that Becky Lynch said that most of the AEW women are not as good as WWE's women's roster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't want to like insult, AEW Women's Division because obviously it's still building as we're getting better. But I would agree with that. I mean, obviously, I think the WWE Women's Division is the best women's division that there is, and I don't think it's that particularly close. But obviously, she knew what she was doing. She's gonna say something that's the online fans were gonna, because obviously they really care about the women's division in AEW. And it's not bad. It's not particularly bad, but I really do believe that the WWE division is better and is presented better. And I think that's kind of the problem. That the WWE division, women's division, is presented better by WWE than AEW presents its AEW women's division.
Yeah.
And I think that's what AEW is trying to work on.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts?
My thoughts, I do agree with Becky Lynch's sentiment on some of the women in AEW. Like some of them, like most are green, but we had good ones like Hikaru Shida. There was like Thunder Rosa, Britt Baker. There was also Chris Statlander. It was just like, I remember Serena Deeb, yeah. And we got the Bunny, Allie, we got Nyla Rose, and most of the women. And after all that, most of the women they are green, but they're pretty good. They do need to work on it, but AEW's women's division are getting better. And with Maria Kanellis, he'll take the role of a ROH booker for women's division, like at ROH for Tony Khan's ROH company.
Yeah. Well, I think that I think it's not even close, honestly. I mean, you listed some women from the AEW division. I think the closest one that you could really compare is maybe Britt Baker in terms of star power. In terms of wrestling ability, I don't think so. I think I could name some names in WWE, like Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, are two of them. If not, they're for sure the two most star power women's in women's wrestling. And they're probably one of the top stars in wrestling period. And Britt Baker's getting there. I don't know if she's a top person yet. She's definitely a top person in AEW, but I don't know in wrestling in general. But you got Sasha Banks, you got Bayley, you got who else is that? One other girl, Bianca Belair. I think WWE is really good at stars and making good wrestlers, because apart from being big stars, Charlotte Flair is probably the best women's wrestler I've ever seen. Becky Lynch is all character, best character in wrestling that I've ever seen. And then Bianca Belair is a great babyface, and Sasha Banks and Bayley are workhorse women, I guess. Workhorse women. I think I said that right, but yeah, I think AEW is not to say that AEW's women's division is really bad. I think they've improved. I've said that before, but I really don't think it's really that close.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. I just saw this quote, and I'm just gonna bring it out there. I saw that Kenny Omega said that if he were to return in December of this year, that the bar is so low in terms of wrestling ability that if he were to return in December, he would be a candidate for men's wrestler of the year. What do you have to say about that?
My opinion that'd be good. That'd be good for Kenny. He is a great wrestler.
Yeah, do you think that he's gonna wait until December to come though?
Yeah, I probably think so.
So you don't think he's gonna come for the Forbidden Door or anything like that? You think that Kenny Omega is gonna come until December?
Yeah,
that's crazy. I think that's him working. Honestly, obviously, any wrestler is a worker. They like to work the crowd. That's their job, And I think he's saying that to put in the minds of the fans that, oh no, he's gonna not going to come back until December. We still got basically a year left of no Kenny Omega. Then Kenny Omega's come in a month and confront Kota Ibushi or something like that people would love or whatever. I really think that he's going to come back before Forbidden Door, if not at Forbidden Door. But I think by that time he's going to be.
Yeah.
You got anything else?
That's about it.
All right.
Huh?
All right. Do the outro.
Oh yeah. Welcome to this is the end of AgostoAllElite Podcast. Me and Cody will see you on Saturday for another edition of AgostoAllElite Podcast for a Dynamite Rampage review. See you later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.